Aloha, and welcome back to Let's Replay Hotline Miami 2. It's been a long time coming, so let's get right into it. We start off with a scene from Jacket's trial, and the key takeaway from this is that it's something of a media circus. Note also that evidence has been removed and that the scene of the crime was tampered with, most likely by 50 blessings, which means that the truth has vanished into darkness. Unless, that is, Evan can dig it up. I really like this defense attorney. He's quite the sophist. He manages to make it sound just like Jacket was coerced by the Russian mafia to go out and kill the Russian mafia. And now we're once again introduced to Evan Wright the writer. Fitting name, I must say. In case it's not clear, Evan is talking to Manny Pardo, the loose cannon detective that we saw in the second level of the last act. Now, given how dangerous the next level is, I think that Manny's actively trying to sabotage Evan by getting him killed, going to this golden truck stop to talk to Petrov. I have a sneaking suspicion that Manny is not Evan's friend. In any case, we'll now get to see the darker side of Evan. And while it can be a lot of fun, there are two major downsides to it. Well, one, depending on how much you like your Chivos. So, the first is that when you are in pacifist mode, it's much easier to get high scores because you can increase your combo meter multiple times for the same person. And that last one right there might have just shown you what the major difficulty is for Evan in Madman mode, which is that it's quite a pain to actually get him into it, and if you die on the first floor you have to restart all over again. It makes it kind of tedious to... yeah. Since you can't get the big combos, which are the staple of a good high score, you pretty much can expect to get core grades no matter what you do. When you're playing as Violent Evan, I don't know, what's a good term for him? Whatever you want to call him. Don't expect to get any high scores this way. Certainly a lot more cathartic though, no doubt about that. That was unfortunate. You also have to be careful when executing the bad guys, because if you're not, you can get caught in one of the overly long executions and then find yourself having to decide between something bad and something worse. Bad would be having to stop an execution just as you've got the guy incapacitated but not dead. Damn, that was an amateur mistake. The worst would be getting caught in the middle of your execution and then dying. Alright, enough fucking around, I gotta get serious. This story has taken like 3 minutes longer than it should have. That was unfortunate. I thought I could get him without getting caught in that guy's line of sight. Despite how hard I'm trying to get a gun here, this level isn't actually that much more difficult if you play it pacifist on this difficulty. I'm just either having really bad luck or I got a bad case of the get-goods. I don't know which is worse, honestly. Finally through it. Alright, the second floor is a bit more fun. I think that's everyone. So before, I went to Petrov killing no one. Now everyone's dead, and you'll see that even when I kick down the door going in guns blazing, that absolutely nothing changes. Well, one thing changes. No one comes to stare down Evan since he killed them all. But that's about it. Petrov reacts no differently despite the fact that Evan is presumably blood-soaked, holding a gun, and I can just imagine him kicking open the door, screaming like a madman. Honestly, it's rather disappointing. I would have really liked it if Denneton had done a different reaction of some sort. I'm unsure what exactly for going the violent route, but do something at least. Honestly, it seems like there's a lot of unexplored character development for Evan, which is quite a shame. Oh yeah, and he's bulletproof, though that should come as no surprise. All the important characters you don't play as are pretty much bulletproof. They got some really strong plot armor. What I love about this level more than anything else is the fact that the cab driver just stays there and waits. He can hear the gunshots, the screams of pain. He no doubt sees you coming out covered in blood, possibly with a gun in your hand, and he just doesn't care. Oh yeah, this is going to be a bad score. Couldn't even make a C. And that's why if you want the good score, you gotta play Pacifist. We can see a bit of a Freudian slip on the part of Manny there. I imagine that the next lead Manny slips Evan will be to a drug den in the bad side of town. I'd say the kind of place where they shoot first and ask questions later, but honestly, I'm surprised they ask questions at all at the last club or at the Golden Truck Stop. Remember, kids, don't drink and drive. We now cut back to the fans, and this is pretty near to the end of the game chronologically, since this is only, I think, a few days before they hit the Sun's hideout. In any case, from the level timescale, it's quite near to the end. I like Mark. He's got a good sense of humor. So, judging by this exchange, you'd think there would be a different reaction on the part of Tony for the next level. The game makes a lot of pretensions to a degree of non-linearity and freedom in the progression of the narrative. However, the facade quickly falls away, as you'll see shortly. Well, see one of many examples shortly. So that article is a reference to the nuclear bomb that was dropped on San Francisco by the Russians at the end of the war on Hawaii in the 80s. This is the explosion that kills Beard the soldier and causes Jacket to snap. So before I took Alex and Ash, this time I'll take Tony. Obviously Corey is still the best character, but this level works very well for Tony. Except for one part on the... Ooh, I think I took a little too long. But yeah, except for one part on the last floor, it's pretty much perfect for him. It's got lots of close quarters, plenty of opportunities to run in and beat shit up and not just play peekaboo all night. Though, I could go for a better way to deal with dogs. That is perhaps Tony's biggest weakness, and what I really love about Alex and Ash, that you can always just swing your melee weapon and get the kill. It's not like with Tony, where you gotta wait for the little animation to play. Ooh, can I get the multi-floor? Nope, so close. Well, there goes my scientific notation score. Right, so this little section here on the left, that is the tough part, because on the approach to the guy with the gun, you cannot get a good angle to approach him without him seeing you and shooting first. You're pretty much always going in blind. I imagine with enough practice, you could learn the timing and come in at exactly the right moment, but oh my god. See, those dogs are what really make me hate Tony. Well, besides the fact that you're playing peekaboo by every guy without a lead pipe. That, and it's unsurprisingly difficult to keep a combo going when you're playing peekaboo. I don't think there are any real serious high scores that use Tony primarily. Like high leaderboard scores, you can get an S rank with anyone. Okay, that was the hard part. Now, at the risk of sabotaging myself, it should be much easier from here. Though there wasn't really much I could do there, short of waiting for the guy with the shotgun to simply walk away. And the very last thing you should ever do in this game is wait for anything, ever. At that spot, I don't know what I could have done. The two shotgun guys were spread far enough apart that if I peeked to shoot one guy, the other almost certainly would have been able to get me. It's good the track to this level is so good, because you might be hearing it quite a bit if I keep getting this luck with the shotgun guys wandering. Phew, that was a close one. Alright, now let's win this. It's really unfortunate that all those guys have shotguns. That's about the worst weapon they could have for that area. Makes it so I can't really peek them, but so that they can easily get me if I try and push up on them. Also makes it very difficult to take on multiples at a time, and even that was just pure luck. Well, that looks to be all the shotgun guys, so I think I should be good. Just gotta juke out this one guy, and of course he has a shotgun. What is that? A shotgun for every single person in this area? Fucking hell. So, before I mentioned the pretensions to non-linearity, remember now the same conversation that we had playing as Alex and Ash here. The dialogue is exactly the same, nothing changes whatsoever, despite the fact that you think that Tony would react differently, or that this would be Tony's dialogue and anyone else would react differently. In any case, this is done. Let's get out of here. better than I thought, but honestly still not great. That was almost 5 minutes. So, well, the whole level was mostly disconnected from the plot. This little postscript almost is the important part, because this connects directly into the next level. You might recall, or maybe not, that the next level is the first and last with the henchman, where he raids the chop shop and finds a big old sack of money. It just so happens that this chop shop is connected to the fans through that friend, whose name I've forgotten already. We'll see the repercussions of that shortly. I never understood why this guy's a Russian and has dark skin. I mean, he's almost certainly Russian since he's blue-eyed. But I don't really know of a lot of dark-skinned Slavs. Does he just tan really well, or is something else going on? Remember that, I think I've said it before, but whether or not you pick up the pills, absolutely nothing changes. This is one of those little non-linear bits that I really like to think Denneton wanted to iterate on, but never got the chance to. It's a nice idea, at least. Given how difficult this level is, I can't help but wonder if the son was trying to indirectly kill the henchman this way. And of course he has a shotgun. I hate the pistol that he starts with because you're expected to make high precision shots, yet you're shooting a random number generated. I think I could probably bait out the guy with the shotgun by just backing off instead of shooting him, but that just seems so tedious. Though, I suppose this is pretty tedious as well. Normally I have better luck with these shots, but it seems like RNGesus is just conspiring against me. In any case, now the level proper can begin in earnest. Oops, wasn't paying attention there. Lucky my guy can take a bullet. Probably should have just punched that one out though. So that's what should happen. Oh, can't forget the skateboard. Let's see if I can get anyone with it. Wait. No hit? Damn it. Alright, I gotta speed up. I've been taking things way too slowly. Couldn't quite keep my combo going there. Ooh. Like how that guy just picked up my empty, discarded shotgun. And Fat Guy comes in to just kill the pacing. I wonder if I can... No, I thought I could close the distance using that door for concealment, but it was not meant to be. Let's try a different approach. Can't seem to maintain a combo to save my life, so it shouldn't make much of a difference. Where did he come from? Someone I forgot. Ah, right. That guy by the bag has got ridiculously fast reflexes, and this is grading on a curve. You gotta be very careful when approaching him. I wonder if that's the last guy? Nope, looks like left two and make a long walk back. Normally you want to clear out the bottom floor first so you can save yourself a tedious walk when you kill all the guys, which I'm gonna have to make now. But sometimes it just doesn't go according to plan. Shame. Never got to execute anyone with the skateboard. So I think this guy is the fan's friend. The one thing that I can't figure out about this level is whether there was some kind of robbery going on, which would explain all the armed hoodlums, and they were stuffing the cash in the bag because that was their score, or if it was simply that the chop shop had a whole lot of money, and when they heard the sound of the henchmen coming in, they just tried to grab it and run. Yowza, that was a terrible play. I'm a little ashamed of that, to be honest. Love that cat. Richard shows up here for the obligatory foreshadowing, and you might recall before that the henchman cited one of his major reasons for wanting to quit as the dreams that he's been having. I can't help but wonder if this isn't the first encounter the henchman's had with Richard. The big question to me is whether Richard's actually there to try and help the henchman, save him from the inevitable, or if he's just there to taunt him with what the henchman knows deep down to be true, but can't consciously admit. The big thing, though, is that the henchman dies either way, so, well, he presumably would die if he stayed with the sun, given how the sun kills everyone, well, all of the Russian mobsters under him at the end of the game, all the ones that aren't killed by the fans anyways. So, he seems pretty dead either way, which makes me wonder if Denethor and Richard, and by extension Denethor, are condoning or condemning his actions. But, as it's been established, Richard doesn't have any answers for us, only questions. I'm certain that it's poetic irony that in the dreams the henchman always leaves his girlfriend behind, and so at that critical moment she leaves him behind. Now, funny thing, for all the speedrunners out there, I'm sure there are jillions lining up to watch my play, there is no way to sequence break here by going out. You have to read the note first. I guess even though the money's missing, the henchman just assumes that she took the sack of money out to get groceries or for a walk in the park. And he just needs to have it spelled out to him. Only thing I can guess anyways. And with that, we cut to the appearance of the fans. Now, I think he's trying Mary, but that's just a guess. Who knows? Before, we took Tony, and it was good. It'd be good again, except for there's a whole lot of peekaboo here in the beginning part, so let's roll with Alex and Ash. That beginning part, the guy with the shotgun, because of course he has a fucking shotgun. That is the key part. If you come in with someone that doesn't have a gun, so not Alex and Ash or Mark, then it's quite a bit tricky. Now, it's not so tricky depending on what gun he has if you're Corey, since you can dive roll away, but if he's got a machine pistol, you're going to have a bad time. For how fucking great this track is, it kills me that that the level is so short, so you can't take the time to enjoy it. Damn, couldn't keep that combo going. Whew, lucky that guy didn't pop me for how long I was exposed. Fucking dogs. I like this little shot of the disassembled shotgun. It looks so bad and so out of place. I imagine that the gun just fits together like Lego. Now, this is one little bit where there's a slight bit of freedom, albeit unintentional. At least unintentional from the player's perspective. Note how someone is conspicuously missing. Before we were playing as Tony and he showed up to watch. And now we're playing as Alex and Ash, and we show up to participate, but Tony is conspicuously absent. He mentions before that he's just in it for the action. And I don't think that a cold-blooded execution and dismemberment, I mean, he's one step short of being drawn and quartered, is what Tony would consider action. However, for his compassion, for lack of a better word, he's rewarded by seeing all of his friends die before being shot himself. So, once again, I can't help but wonder if Denethor are condoning or condemning his actions. There's a lot of questions, but I'm sure you figured that out by now. All in all, that is Act 2. And finally, a half-decent run through one of the levels. Stay tuned for Act 3. So, for this level's featured track, I picked a cut by Magic Sword that contributed in the Face of Evil, which we heard on the fan's first level for this act, moving up, and one that we'll hear on the Soldier's last level, I think, the one at the power plant, by the name of The Way Home. What I have here is a new one. This is Legend of the Keeper. Enjoy.